welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about triggered subsystem. We have already covered atomic subsystem, one enable subsystem. Now, this time we are going to talk about triggered subsystem. What is the difference? Atomic subsystem has no control because we do not have a dedicated flag kind of which will stop the execution and enable this execution whenever needed condition based. In case of enable, we had one flag where if this flag has a true input, then only this enable subsystem will execute. In case of triggered, same set of additional flag will be used, but this flag should have the transition from true to false or false to true. When I say true to false or false to true, which means in triggered subsystem, we call this as a rising flag or the falling flag. In case of rising, if you see over here, the transition of the flag should be from false to true. If I set falling, the transition direction change from true to false. If I make either, which means both will be okay. If I get any transition like false to true or true to false, trigger this subsystem and get executed. Let's take one example. Add block, 1 unit delay. Okay, I will simply connect this add with it. Then okay, we'll start with rising. We'll delete these two for now. One constant I want, one scope, okay. Then here I'm going to add one constant as well. Now I'm going to make 3 models. So first I will update my scope. So I'm going to make 3 layouts, apply, and this I'm going to convert into 3. Here we will make this as falling, and here we will make either. Connect all 3 over here. Same, we will connect over here and then over here. Okay, let's go for the modeling. Setting changes. First make to fixed, discrete, solver 1, time 30. Okay, then execute. Okay, just verify. Okay, we will not get anything, but we will go to debug now. Here debug, we will start with 1 because even though I have the flag true already, it's not working because this is only a current value 1 which remains same. There is no change in this value. As I said, for trigger we need the transition from false to true or true to false. So let's take this into the debug. Here we will start with 1 to random and we will change this to 0 again, and then here Which value got changed? So for rising, the first one is rising. So this is the rising plot. There is no change because here we have changed from 1 to 0, which means falling. So here the falling for which we got value 0 to 1. Okay. And this third one is the either one. So here we are accepting rising and falling both. That's why here it got changed from 0 to 1. Let's run one more time, and because 0 remain constant over here, so then there will not be any incremental, so there will not be execution of this subsystem. Now if we will convert this 0 value to 1, which will be transition to rising, now 0 to 1 will be rising. So the result should work in that way. And here you see this value got updated. Also this should get updated. So let's fit this one so that to see here for this we got two time transition because we had one falling first and then second we had a rising. So during the falling again it got updated. Now during the rising it got updated. The second plot, which only works for falling, so there has been only one event of falling. And the first plot, which is working for rising, there has been only one event of rising. Okay, do some iterations, random iterations, and now we will create one more falling edge. Now we have falling, so we are expecting plot 2 should get updated, and the plot 3 obviously because it accepts both, but the plot 1 should remain same. Again, if we see, this has been updated. Let's run few more iterations, and one last time we'll do one rising edge. And here we see this time the rising updated and then rising falling, either one updated but not the falling one. So hope you understood how this trigger subsystem works. And one thing which I forgot to mention, in enable subsystem we had an option held and reset. In case of trigger, it's a default held setting. Even if we go inside, we will just stop this one and open one of the block parameter. Here you will see states when enabling, it is in a held setting. So that's when the event is occurred, a transition from true to false or false to true, the value got updated. But then when there is no transition, such transition, during that time the value remains same, but when next transition we got, it got updated with the additional value. So it was holding the previous value, and from there the new trigger worked, right? So this is how the trigger subsystem works. Hope you like this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.